All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is another episode of Behind the Discord. I'm your host. The O is silent, and I'm here today with a very special guest. Would you please introduce yourself?
Just me, Mark, man. Mark, known in the chats.
So, Mark, let's go ahead and go back, if you will, back in the day.
Okay.
Let's go into your origin stories.
These origin stories?
Yeah, let's talk about these origin story bags. Where were you back then?
Back then? I mean, I come from the old Rome, DMV, RBL era of niggas back when, before everything hit the fan. Back when niggas was just chopping it up about battle rap. Okay.
So, more particularly, like, how did you get on there? Like, how did you find your way to that Discord?
I don't know. I think I was looking for Twerk, for like footage about Twerk when that Born Legacy dropped initially. And I think Rome was one of the only niggas that was really pushing who this guy even was. And then when he started doing recaps for live streaming and shit, I think I jumped in back when Roku and Sin were running the block over there. I jumped in with they were doing like a recap of Lux versus Cal and shit. And after that, it was just, I think Roku was one of the first niggas that really fucked with me. Cause I was one of those niggas that like, I talk over niggas. And I really just, niggas gotta mute me sometimes. So I was one of the niggas that got the early mute back in them days. So that's why I probably did it. I thought niggas didn't know who I was until the shit really hit the fan and moved over here.
So you was basically unknown. Well, not unknown, but like under the radar.
Yeah. Yeah, that was nigga. Rome was over there ruling with an iron fist, man. Ruling with an iron fist. And niggas with the admins. The admin niggas was the only niggas that could really spread their wings. But whenever Rome wasn't there, niggas could still punch around.
Yeah, man. When I think about it, you really weren't that talkative from what I remember, like as far as like the general people who were mic'd up.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. I didn't have no incidences, no run-ins, no bad run-ins. Kind of like some of the stuff that happened between you and Goof. Believe that. Some of the stuff that you remember the whole niggas disappearing, for niggas getting the boot, all the Malik.
Oh, I thought you said something happened between me and him. No. I forgot about the correlation, but go ahead.
Yeah. When niggas were just getting the boot for nothing out there.
Yeah, man, it got rough. So during that time, after the RBL, if you will, because you didn't battle that much, right?
No, I only took one battle,
and I was
against Thomas. Thomas, the artist formerly known as Rap Waffle.
How did that fare?
That battle, that was the first time I even tried penning anything together. I didn't know what I was gonna talk about. Just a kid who refers to himself as Rap Waffle. And it was nothing. I had nothing to go off of, no premise, nothing I really cared to even really write about. I just put together what I thought sounded cool. And the only thing is I didn't prepare much because I didn't realize how much preparation goes in even just saying some shit like for a couple minutes straight. So when I went in there, I was cooking for a little bit, stumbled a little bit, and then I choked at the very end. And I think that's what cost me the battle, basically. The battle that was judged by what? Snake, Twerk, and Rome or some shit.
Mm.
But yeah, Thomas had a good round though. The waffle round.
Mark. All you do is bark.
Yeah, man.
They got, I ain't gonna, niggas almost their hair for you, almost didn't get a call back. Hey.
Said niggas, no, we're not doing that.
You're not, Thomas.
Niggas was saying that they would have had me winning if I didn't drop the ball. I mean, that was what I heard coming after the battle. But Thomas did his thing, though. I'm not gonna downplay his round too much.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Raf Waffle. But after that battle and after RBL, there was a transition, if you will. Because a lot went down. If you got what I'm saying there. You were involved in a Just Mic Up early general day. So what was your role around then?
Basically they just didn't want me to be on the panel. I think it was, in terms of like the cosign, I think it was like Roku and Sin mostly that fucked with me. So they were just like, yeah, we trying to put this thing together. Jack hit me up about it too. But yeah, just to be one of the panel members, man. To chop it up about Shraddle Shrap. But yeah, it's definitely when we can get the crew together, man. It's definitely cool. It does make up shit, cool, man.
It sounds like it's kind of disjointed the way you speak.
Right now, it's just a little bit like, I don't know if it's battle rap or if it's the personnel in place to try to do what we're trying to do. Is basically, I think it's just an energy effort thing. And battle rap, it's like we talk about it so much that like talking about it again is basically what niggas gotta get into the mood to do, man. It's not always easy to get into that mood. Content creating is not easy, man. Shout out to O1.
Appreciate it. Okay, so outside of Just Mic Up, when you got to General, how did you start punching? Because that's when you did become a top tier personality.
I think basically, well, since the general field wasn't like, the general field is not a niggas just get muted. Like niggas don't just get silenced, basically. So niggas could say what they want. Niggas had something to say, they get it off their chest. Niggas wanted to make jokes, they can make jokes. So that's basically what happened with the general, is that basically nigga just couldn't get silenced just because another nigga wanted to shout some outlandish shit, basically, aka Rome.
Okay, so for you at least, when I say how do you start punching, like let's see, like what was like your early moments in Discord?
My early moments?
Yeah, like we felt like maybe people started noticing you, if you noticed that in fact, or like where did you feel like, you started feeling like your props started to come around?
I don't know if moments per se is the best word. I think people just fucked with my general like personality, my general sense of humor. I think is what it was.
Yeah, man.
I think definitely like niggas like me and Thought definitely were able to maybe just make the jokes that we normally make, basically.
I agree.
And that in being with the writers, being a writer stop, with Posey, you get Posey always Posey look out for me. So I think that's probably the other things that Posey probably got himself into some moments that were like revolved around me and shit. Whether it be talking about the league and shit. So that's probably other things.
I can feel that. So with all them with them badges. Let's
Mhm.
talk about
Mhm.
the. I'm gonna hold off on that real quick because we gonna punch a bit. We got some time before we get into your battle career. Let's talk
Okay.
about Mark, the league owner
Okay.
/ administrator.
Let's see. Off rip, I think. What is it? I think I did the early like. I wasn't like the early smack holding the camera, but I was like the early whoever the nigga was that was making the early signs, like the first URL kind of like the little banners. I think I was that nigga basically. Cause I remember before we had Thomas doing the full kind of rollouts, CNN coming in with the media drops. I was putting together some of the early flyers that was just punching around when we was kind of super early stages. I was just cracking my jokes in the comments, putting little flyers together and stuff. But in terms of like cards, putting cards together, I'm in more of a consultant role in terms of actual bookings. I leave that to Sin. Leave that to Sin, man.
That's fire. So you was Tommy Dreamer.
I wish I knew who that was.
Okay. Okay. I see you. So you do all like it makes sense now.
That and I guess I was the niggas entrusted me with the early tier list that that niggas have fun with.
Mm-hmm.
That intrigues your interest.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good list though, man.
Okay, so yeah. I'm about to say, well, the Mark
What was that?
tier list was so like the
Moon Investigation Bureau. Yeah,
them niggas is fraudulent.
The niggas we had to have some discussions in the back. Some long nights went into the investigations into whether niggas would be or would not be sent to the moon, whether that affected their stock in as a performer.
Yeah, y'all decisions are very out there. Like the same night, someone could literally be changed on like a like a petty discussion. Like
it was an extremely volatile list. That's a fact.
Like that list caused so much friction in Discord early on. Like it was ridiculous.
Yeah, man. Niggas wanted to be on the big board. Like Mel Kiper's big board. I shot from a football badge. You got that 101.
I wish I knew what you were talking about.
I was about to say you don't know what I'm talking about.
So let's see. Some people would say you're like a silent partner, a Slim Biggs type, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
I would think so. Like I don't think you do too many things forefront, but like your presence is known in Discord. As far as I and administrative, like maybe if someone's necessarily mic'd up who do have powers for this, you're able to help our system. I feel as though you're very needed in that area and appreciate it.
No, that's a fact.
As far as anything else, as a league owner, it's still questionable. Like.
I mean, that's
feel as though like you you run through like the building, like you check, like you might be like maybe Ben Stiller's character in you're like Ben Stiller's character in what was that movie with him and Eddie Murphy? Man,
I can't remember either.
Tower Heist.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Yeah, like you just like you pretty much come through the building. You the top. You like the top second guy. You look around. You make sure everything's like on right now. Like okay, the grill's working. The lights work. This guy's on his job. I guess as long as he like signed in, I'm good. Let me get my bag. And I sit back. I'm not saying you don't do nothing. But like publicly in my mind, like that's what I feel like you do.
Yeah,
like, you do your job, but at the same time, like when shit like happens in the league, like you're not there to clean up the messes.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I see what you mean by that. But we usually get it done. We do our best. We do our best to get it done, man. It's like kind of like I think Hollywood said it best. Like we kind of like it's kind of like the Green Bay Packers, man. Everybody got a little bit of team ownership. The fans themselves all own a little bit of piece of the Packers. All the season ticket holders.
That's nice. That's a nice storyline.
Oh man, we got to get the Owen gets everything off his chest interview for the league too, man. When is that gonna happen?
Hey man, sometimes you get what you ask for. I'll say that.
Oh no, was it foreshadowing? It might be foreshadowing.
Hey man, you hear things, but so Mark, outside of being a league owner and administrator, of course, let's get back into this road. And after miking up in general, there was a certain era, if you will. And something went on between a couple parties that caused friction, which ended up splitting people apart from each other, and therefore creating a lot of groups. Therefore, today, if you will, or therefore maybe also strengthening them. Probably stronger than just the regular Discord front when you just mic it with people. You know what I'm saying? I think it brought more people close, and actually, as far as it brought friction. So that era was the Civil War era.
Okay.
And I would like to know, where do you play a factor in that?
A Civil War era? To be honest, I don't remember much of the origin story. I think you got to refresh my memory. Because I mean, if you mean the kind of the side rooms kind of being made situation, I kind of didn't have no huge role in that. If there was a real big bang to that situation, I don't think I was really a part of it per se. But yeah, I think it's niggas got a lot of testosterone, man. A lot of niggas is prideful. They got a lot of alpha personalities. When niggas feel something about principle, man, and they don't feel like anything that needs to be said, they go to their respective corners and live their life. That's basically what was happening for a little bit. Niggas was chopping it up with the people they wanted to chop it up with. Can't say anything more than that, I don't think.
You don't feel as though they didn't cause too much friction, maybe?
Give me like a specific maybe.
Okay, so
like personnel, like person.
Okay, so you want me to give names, basically?
Yeah, in particular, maybe.
Okay, so
why not?
Okay, so what went down with Deal War and Paulie and back then?
Oh, okay.
Yes, because that's what caused the Civil War. You're saying as though when the Discord split up, that it was just like, just people just started talking to it. No. People had people had their own Discords.
That's a fact.
People were like having secret meetings. Like people might like when everybody in general, it was kind of like gang. It was like the gang warfare, the warrior scene. Like everybody was in their cliques and just waiting for shit to pop off. And then like as soon as everybody was like, yeah, man, shit is a little uncomfortable. Everybody roll out at the same time.
Okay.
You might not made it home that night. A lot of niggas didn't. Don't act like this was just like any error, Mark. Like it was, people was getting like stabbed left and right and shot.
I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I guess because I had missed the majority of the actual incident, the Discord Poly versus Dilwar situation. But I remember after hearing the footage back that Dilwar was definitely in the right in particular. I do remember that vaguely. But I mean, I think that's kind of been reflected in the current status that we have right now. There's one nigga still mics up and the other one doesn't. So it's like, I think the nigga who knows was in the wrong just kind of decided to separate himself from the situation, man. The Civil War had an ending, man. Let's let it end. Hold on.
Now I'm not bringing it up to stir everything. This leaks out, of course. But my thing is like, I just wanted to see what was going on with you, because I've asked everybody else the same questions. As far as like their journey through Discord. Now after the Civil War era, let's play around when you got back into the ring. Let's talk. What was your first couple battles looking like in your early Ali career?
So basically, I think my first one back, I had you. I got Mr. The Always Silent, and then I got
not. You gotta take us through each battle slowly, and take it through your process. Yeah, everything you was going on. So
for the battle with you, basically, I just took the loss from Thomas as fuel, basically. Like I just took that as what I know from O1, from the RBL era, the self-proclaimed one of the best pens in Discord. I just wanted to deliver a clean round that I felt was powerful. I mean, that's in terms of the content that I had for that. I think that was what happened with that was the first. I think was that your first battle too, or did you battle somebody else? I can't remember.
Yeah, that was my first battle back.
Yeah, so I think that's the whole thing.
No, I'm mistaken. That was my first battle back. Might have been Wansik.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that was. So I think it was a little bit of a two-way thing. I think both of us had something to prove. So I guess. So I think people would definitely didn't know what to expect. I think that the way I put my shit together and showed out was cool. Got a lot of people's attention. They're like, this nigga can actually put together some bars. And I think a lot of people, the footage was kind of lost in the Thomas situation. So a nigga had an opportunity to really put together a clean performance. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, man. I really put you on your feet, man.
This is the step in the catapult is a better word, huh?
Yeah, man. I really put you into like that guy. Like I really, you
from a writer style perspective, that's a fact. Oh, you a catapult, man. I mean, I think some of the best moments was the impersonation. So niggas really rock with that.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna hold you. That personation, man. Like, not only did it speak to me, and of course in front of everybody in the room, because he was wilding. But like I appreciated it on some love shit. I was like, he took the time to like really listen to me and break me down. Like it let me know I was really it let me know I was that nigga, because I was like you remember how Bill Collector was feeling like when Dot was wild on him?
Yeah.
I was like, I was hitting the blunt like, this nigga nice.
Yeah, man.
So I was like, as a fan, I appreciated it, man. Like,
nah, that's a fact. You definitely had some shit in that round too. I feel like your mic wasn't as bad. I mean, it had a little bit of issues, but it wasn't nowhere near as like you got actually a lot of shit out there in that round.
Oh no, I appreciate that.
But then after that, came the Astro battle, and the weird thing with the Astro battle was like I woke up and Posey was like, yeah, you want to battle Astro? like basically the card was made like already, but I was like, yeah, I guess I'll take Astro. It wasn't. I don't really need like a storied battle in particular, just because I feel like people respect my bars enough where they want to they rather just hear me put together some cool shit. If it's personal, then it's a bonus, but I don't think people mind the way I put my stuff together. So with Astro, I think with Astro, it was kind of weird because Astro kind of went the white girl. I kind of saw coming at the last second, but to be honest, the way I put my shit together, I was like, I don't even feel like rebelling. One, I wanted to kind of hear the way niggas was gonna have a reception to it, because like to kind of step out of the Discord battle rap, basically world. Like I feel like there's a weird ass gray area. Like niggas is kind of just doing battle rap shit, and then there's niggas that kind of try to do extra shit basically. So it was kind of be like for him, I feel like he felt like that was his ace in the hole basically. So I just kind of I didn't want to make too big of a deal of it, and I just let him rock with it. But with that, yeah, I feel like I definitely got that battle, even though there was Astro's pretty prideful kid. You don't ever feel like he lost. Yeah, he went on a little bit of a campaign even after losing the judge battle of trying to see if he can get the real room, quote unquote, the general, to see if they have him win instead of the judges. So it is what it is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt you? Speaking of that section of your bad mark, after the battle, we did have a poll sort of thing. And
say it again. You cut out a little bit.
We did have some type of poll campaign thing that happened. So how did you feel during all of that? And the results came in, and the people, at least in the general, it seemed like it wasn't clear though. I would say that it was never clear. It was still close, but they had Astro.
Yeah. No, yeah. I think it was like one. I think maybe one included with the general, but then with the judges, basically I would win by 2 kind of situation. Yeah. So I still won on the night of. So it is what it is. It's battle rap. It's battle rap in its microcosm in the form of Discord. Niggas go back and debate battles all the time.
Do you ever feel challenged, Mark? Before your last battle, I mean, at this point in your career, after you battle Astro, what's the most challenged Mark felt?
The most challenged. Before my last one, I would say Owan was probably the most challenging because that was my first one back, basically. With Astro, I didn't feel too much pressure or anything to really, because I think certain people have a little bit of an uphill battle, and I feel like Astro in particular painted himself into a corner or it didn't make it. All I had to do was kind of execute, and I feel like that's what I did.
So at this point of Mark's career, he finished his battling Astro. He battles Owan. You're almost cementing yourself as the top guy, and you're seeing that reaction from the rest of the Discord population.
Yeah.
At that point, does Mark want to continue battling, or is this like Jordan and YMCA? You feel like you just fucking these niggas up. You're not really trying, or are you actually you're putting your heart into this and you want to battle these people?
I mean, I'm battling to just get a chance to pen together some stuff that I feel is fire. In terms of certain whether I felt challenged, I wasn't crazy. I'm never really crazy motivated for any of the battles that I really have until I, get real deep into my round, and maybe depending on how big of a card it is, or how much other people talk about the battle, then maybe I'll try to put a little bit more into it, kind of thing. But no, I'm not too pressing about any of the matchups whenever they come.
It also, Mark,
fairly nonchalant person.
You never seem like the talk shit guy, which a lot of Oz history is built on that. Whether we're talking about Malik versus Astro, Delwar versus Owan, it seemed like that there's a storyline built idea into our battles, where it seems like with Mark came in, it was more about, I'm going to rap with these.
No, that's a fact.
Did you ever feel like that whole storyline, build up, kind of hinders you from being motivated? For example, you have to do battles where you just get the opponent from posing and then you have to rap, and where I guess your last battle, there was actually a little build up to motivate you. Do you think that affects you, or it's all the same to you?
I think it's mostly the same. It's mostly the same to me. Just because I'm more about just entertaining in the moment, basically. Because I'm doing this for the people that wanna hear it, basically. If niggas don't wanna hear me no more, then I don't need to rap no more, basically. But I'm doing this for niggas that think he actually putting together some cold shit, basically. So that's mostly where my motivation. It's just I just see person A insert person B in the way of me trying to entertain people that wanna hear me rap. But in terms of the talk shit does, I guess, it has a little bit of spice to it, for sure.
Okay. So now, since we got into your O1 battle, right? Mm-hmm. If I'm not mistaken, your next battle after that, after Astro, is Game and Ozzy, right? Those are your next two battles with Ozzy in Game. So
Yeah.
could you break down how those battles came out? Because in the general, at least in our group, shout outs to you guys, but in our world, them seem like ass opponents compared to Mark.
Yeah. Well, Ozzy, I think the Ozzy was part of the trash out rollout. So that one was, I think Ozzy wanted to make his return. I mean, as everybody knows, Trash Out was the most anticipated card in Discord history, basically. So everybody wanted in on it. And I think Ozzy, if I'm not mistaken, they had him as one of the top five niggas over in ASAP, and basically nobody from ASAP, aside from Ozzy when he battled Malik, had been back. So the Ozzy battle was I think more so for ASAP to finally get a taste of coming back onto in a more serious format. I think that's what definitely happened with that battle.
Yeah, that sounds more. Apologies to Ozzy in Game. Maybe ass was a hard choice word. But in our world here, we do critique, especially at the height of Mark, because you have to understand at this point, Mark is arguably the best nigga, right? So, like, although, you know, Jimmy Butler, great player, when you put him in front of LeBron, the scale is different. Now, at this point, you are that. You're the best nigga from him. So, you didn't feel any way when you got offered those battles? Like, Ozzy, like, it was just, you know.
Nah, because I was thinking about, to be honest, I was thinking about taking Trash Out off, like taking the card off completely. But then when I kind of started to see the way that the card was being received, I think it would have been bad for me to pass up. And now looking back at it, it definitely would have been bad if I had passed up. I mean, Goody was in the building. Goody gave love to my round. Everybody, even though Ozzy was a nigga that was just there, like, well, he had a decent round, but I mean, I think the way that I felt like I clearly won that battle and the way that it was received, I still feel like was worth taking a chance, even if how the public perceives Ozzy goes against the quote unquote top tier status of an odd battler, or of me per se. You know what I'm saying? I think it's better to be on the card and show out than not be on the card at all. I think that was my mindset eventually. And I think that the more the card got hyped, the more I kind of locked in for my round for Ozzy. So that probably helped too.
Yeah, the Ozzy battle was cool.
And then the game battle was on Mixtape, and that was a completely random matchup with, you know, the rule set of 2 minutes, no freestyling, no personals. So.
Yeah, that the Mixtape battle was had the whole rule set, freestyle. I mean, no freestyling, no personals, and 2 round, 2 minute time limit. So that was basically, I wouldn't say glorified sparring session, but it was a little bit of a essence. Let's just hear niggas rap situation.
Okay, so after the Ozzy battle, do you feel like you won that, basically?
No, yeah, I feel like I won the Ozzy battle, and I feel like I won the Game battle. I mean, Game was Game was in the chat talking about I
man,
snuck up on him and he wasn't expecting that, but
you know what?
I mean he just wasn't paying attention. So
that's funny because shout out to Spanish, but that's unfortunate. You got game on your resume?
yeah, I mean, see, people could say what it is. It's I mean, a random chance, like, and the whole premise of Thomas fixing the car. Like, come on, man. Like, let's leave the guy alone, man.
Oh,
Leave
this angle.
my guy alone, man.
Angle. Okay. So,
So how, like, I don't get how. Why would he fix me to have an ass opponent to say that? Just to have everyone say that you have game on your, like, why would he do that?
do you remember the reception of your game battle? What was the reception to tell
The reception was that I clearly beat him. Is just because I mean right after it, but
Mark, you're being nice.
Mixtape the card.
What's the real reception? Clearly, you're being nice, man. What happened?
I mean, he got washed. Like,
Yeah.
like, you want me to say he got washed?
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
He lost. He lost.
He got bodied. He got 30. He got killed. He died a horrible death. Now, you put LeBron in the Cavs.
LeBron on the Cavs. LeBron is safe. LeBron got people around him who know how to use him. But you take LeBron away from the Cavs, he's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
You remember? Remember what happened when he took his talents to South Beach?
Yeah, it just took him a little while.
Yeah. But you know, Mark, in my personal view, from what I've seen, maybe I might be mistaken on the timeline, but the only group you've been in so far has been Right to Stop, right?
That's a fact.
That's loyal. That's loyal. Any particular reason why you haven't made any other decisions before then or after so far?
I'm just kind of like just like a ride things out kind of guy, and I mean, I think it'll be like a group. It'll be a group decision if anything happens in the group. So it's never really been it's just never crossed my mind to leave. It's never crossed my mind to leave. So, but hey, time changes people. Things happen, man. Anything's possible.
Wow. So what was your next battle?
My next battle was the last one with Hollywood, the title match.
Now let's talk about this battle.
Mm-hmm,
Let's really talk about this battle. Let's talk about the build up. Let's talk about the face off, and let's talk about the battle itself.
Mm-hmm.
So come on, Mark. Let's get into these bags. Like, so take us through the process of the build up. Like, how did this battle even come about in the first place? Because of course, I mean, we know you were like the top guy in Discord as far as like being known as the best battler, and Hollywood was known as the next guy. So
okay,
or at least the next big thing. Shouts out to him. So how did you go through even the paperwork?
Well, Sin sent him my line about the battle, and I mean Hollywood's been kind of punching at the fact that he wants to battle me eventually, and that he felt like he would have to battle me eventually. And then so when Sin hit me up about it, I was like, it's probably a better time than never to do the battle. So it wasn't a hard situation for me to. Then it put no crazy thought into it. And then we had the the next kid. In terms of the whole rollout, I'm not a huge fan of the way it was rolled out, but it definitely started to pick up the closer it got. I think the rollout was slow to begin, and then it picked up towards but I completely missed the whole Astro main event shenaniganery that was fucking happening. So that was a blind side. I just literally basically walked into the room and niggas was shouting and flipping tables and shit. And so I didn't really pay that no mind. Because when it came to asking everybody, Hollywood and Hollywood was still the most anticipated battle.
Yeah, it was. It definitely sold the card. I mean, Pickle and Astro, Bobby, I'm gonna shout out to them. They definitely had a heated face off and nice build up into that. I'll be honest, everybody was there to see this title match, and even before we knew it was a title match, like the battle itself was just sold. So it was a draw. Both of y'all being names, so. Okay, going off from the build-up, let's talk about the face-off itself. How did you go about that? How take us through your feelings?
Well, the face-off was more just like, I think that was one of the first kind of situations where, how do I say it? I kind of knew that the Hollywood was gonna want to kind of just like, he's kind of like a keep the same energy kind of guy, right? So that's basically my mindset was just like I'm not, like, first of all, I'm just not gonna let Hollywood hold me in this situation, because I didn't know how much, like, because Hollywood is a what's it called? He has a real, like, you got a real powerful demeanor, right? So it's hard to tell when he's joking sometimes, or when he's really trying to punch. So I didn't know what he was going to try to do with the face off in particular, but I was just in the mindset of, that I wasn't just gonna back down to any comments that I heard and shit like that. But I mean, that's what face off was supposed to be. Both niggas not really supposed to give up any ground in the situation, but to stand your ground and face off.
Okay, so yeah, I from what I heard, because when I pulled up, it was it started like it was about to be fired. So I didn't get to hear the end of it. But if I go back, I'm I'm saying hopefully things get a little spicy, with the punches. Now after the face off, let's go into the battle. Take us through it. What happened?
Let me see. So basically, well, the whole night, the whole night was an event within itself. Cards started at 4, had a delay. There was a lot of people sitting in the break room in the lobby. They had the Astro situation. I think Hollywood had an altercation with Showtime. And then after that, it was like 8:30 or something. Thought and Don battled Astro and Pickle. I think it was all the way around. Astro, Pickle battled first, then Thought and Don, and then me and Hollywood. So he won. He won the coin toss. I had a feeling that the coin toss was going to be super important, right? Because in a 1-round format, it's when you have that lasting impression, it's definitely you definitely got a lot. You just have it gives you a little bit of an edge, like just keeping it a buck. It gives you a little bit of an edge going second in a 1-round format to have a little bit of a lasting impression. So when that battle, when he won the coin toss, I had to kind of get myself into a into a mindset to trying to start the battle off the best I could and try to make the most out of my moments and still try to get my energy back up. But after kind of sitting for a while, but I think the full kind of writer's stop backing per se was not there. I think there was a lot of people on mute, but when I went back and re-listened to it, I had a lot more people gave love to the round. I could even see in the comments and stuff that even after the battle, niggas definitely fucked with some of the shit that I had. But Hollywood definitely, in my opinion, the best. Like he the best storyteller, best breakdown. He got the A1 conviction, and he put together a powerful round. Now, in terms of the content, I mean, it's battle rap. It's what you want to believe, but but to me, that's the way that kind of that the battle went though. It would definitely put together a fire round.
All right.
I think I didn't put together. I think I wasn't direct enough to win in the building. Basically, I just didn't feel. I don't think I was direct enough to win against the material that Hollywood put together.
I'm not gonna hold you, Mark. Man, I'm really disappointed.
And what?
How you performed, man.
Okay.
I don't think it's your fault necessarily, but I feel as though it's like you had opportunity to not clearly win, but I think you could have won. If that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, but I think there was I think with with me, I think there was a lot of I had a lot of uncertainty. I think Holly was a hard person he's a hard person to prepare for.
Yeah, I felt like during the battle, honestly, and this is between us personally, this is going to come out public now, but when I heard how the round went during the sparring session, and even up until the battle, it didn't have the same normal Mark confidence I usually hear.
Maybe it's because I think I tried a little bit different in the battle.
It wasn't broke.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, to some extent, I guess that's a fact. I did try something a little bit different, so I mean, I learned.
And not to cut you off, but what different did you try? So we.
I think I like. I think I liked what I like. I mean, I think I tried to. I tried to focus more on my build-ups and kind of being a little bit too. Trying to put too much in my setups, basically. I think is what happened with my Hollywood round in particular. That and trying to find a middle ground between saying what I wanted to say versus finding how I wanted to attack Hollywood, basically.
Okay. So
I think I basically tried to do I think I overthought it for sure. I definitely basically overthought the entire thing. And then when I had to spit the round, going going first. I think the way that it started off, it took a little bit longer for me to kind of like get the energy of the room. Like when I was spitting it, I didn't feel the same energy from the room. So I guess it kind of drew out, and what's it called? I became a little bit fatigued towards the end, basically, just getting through the round. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think the fact that niggas are still battling, but I think currently, right now, that Hollywood stock is the highest it's been with the whole title situation, with me, with the reception that he had out of the event. I think that there's definitely I don't think there's a slight into whether or not I'm still one of those niggas. So I mean, I haven't been perusing through the chats to really see what the full blown reception of me is, because I don't go around asking niggas for validation. Basically, I've never really I just never really been that. Like I just let the people that feel like having those discussions have those discussions. But me in particular, yeah, I feel like Hollywood is definitely the most dangerous nigga in aisle right now, though. I'll give him that for sure.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was not expecting. I wasn't expecting the way that he put together those rounds, or that round in particular.
Then game with a full rocket launcher to AK. Now, with the whole title thing, where did that come about? Because that seemed out of nowhere. 'Cause 6 hours before the event happened, there was no title. 2 hours later, there's a title.
Yeah, what's up with these ECW one night stands?
Wait, come on, man! Don't do that, man! Don't do that, my guy. That was definitely in talks. Like we've definitely had a little bit more themed battles in talks, for sure. So I don't think it was done in like a distasteful way at all. I think basically the rollout could have definitely been more powerful, more structured. But from the fans outside, from the outside looking in, and from me being on the inside looking out, I definitely see the confusion and the feelings and worry of the situation. I definitely feel that sentiment. It's probably that was a black eye on our part in terms of the way that we rolled it out. We the league.
Are you a part of the league, Mark?
Yeah,
I didn't know this.
Yeah, I see the things. I try my best to help them. That's what I do.
Oh, so you help?
But I'm not a final decision maker though.
On top for a very long time. In
speed under the breath comments, man. You'll have to hear these on footage. I'm not catching them at the very moment, but they sound powerful.
Okay. So, after the Hollywood battle, yeah, it seems like almost. Do you feel in any way that Hollywood is getting your plate? The reason why I say that is because before the Hollywood battle, we wanted to see Mark versus Riff.
Mm.
After the Hollywood battle, it seems like now it's going to be Hollywood versus Riff. Do you
No,
think
that's a
they would
fact.
have changed if you would be Hollywood and you would have been battling Riffic and he would have been battling Showtime? Or
Oh no, that's a
do you
fact. I think
Okay.
that's 100% fact. What would have probably happened if that was the case? But it probably would have been. It probably would have depended maybe on. I mean, I think it's like a 50-50 kind of thing. What's it called? Like, cause I think in Dre Dennis, there's a few like top storied kind of guys, right? There's your Riffics, your Showtimes, your Jaffas, even Randall Flagg to some extent.
Disclaimer,
So there's-
Jaffa
there's-
is not Dennis. Just disclaimer.
What? Oh yeah, never
It's
mind.
not.
There. I see what you mean. Yeah, I forgot. My bad. But more so Riffic and Showtime. But yeah, I think they wanted to. They've been over. They've definitely blessed our stage with some love. So it's like at some point we were gonna go over there, and I think it's following the battle and the way the reception was. It definitely makes sense from a marketing, a Discord marketing standpoint, and even from a competitive standpoint. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Mark. So let's finally address the elephant in the room.
Elephant in the room. Okay.
After this Hollywood battle,
Mhm.
you changed.
How?
Oh my!
This new Mark is a little more intense.
Intense how?
Like you don't joke, you joke, but you joking like, nah, I'm gonna do this instead of like you say sarcastic things like,
Oh, I've always been sarcastic.
nah, Mark, we ain't doing this whole. You always been this is different. This is like
Oh, man.
it's like when you put it's like Mark was Spider-Man and he put on like the Venom suit.
What?
Nigga walking down the street now on
Yeah. Doing disco moves. Like what are you? What's going on?
I don't feel.
You feel like
Nothing.
you might come now, and then you might say a comment like, "He was like, I don't know, man, I might just retire."
Oh no, yeah. I mean, but that was just me. That was just me fucking around.
No,
I mean,
Mark, these are your
if a
deeper
nigga
feelings.
wants to battle me,
These are your deeper feelings
niggas
finally
still wanna battle me.
finally coming out
Mhm.
now. Like I'll be honest with you, it's starting. It's showing to me at least. But I feel as though I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Maybe I'm not saying you got to be aggressive about it, but maybe you got to stop people letting them know like no more. You're not a pushover, man. Because now this is where you got a vulnerable stage. I've been through this.
a vulnerable
You
stage.
got a vulnerable stage. You look human now.
I mean, it is what it is. If that's the way it's being perceived, then it is what it is. That's not going to stop me from trying to beat the dog shit out of the next person I face. So
But can
I mean,
you?
I did take the battle. I mean, nobody, what's it called?
You're the one who said it's getting hard to write material. Can you? Beat
I mean,
this
yeah, it is a
people?
little bit. It is getting a little bit tiring. I did say that. That's a fact. But I'm still try though. I'm definitely still trying. I mean, I only said that as like as a slight to just the punching around they're like, oh, you niggas, he lost the title, man. He said in this battle that he 3-0'd Astro, then you lost the judge at 3-0, right? So I mean, what does that mean for you? So it's just like I just went to the. So it's like it's just me punching around with that. Like, oh yeah, I guess niggas don't want to hear me no more. Than I guess maybe I'll just go into Charlie Clips mode, man. Maybe I'll just punch around and collect my check, man. Take my nut dog coins and trade them in for V-Bucks.
I don't know this nigga, man. Like, I didn't join when I joined Rider Style Spanish. I knew a whole different Mark. I knew a guy who was happy to be on Discord. He was living life.
I was still happy to be on Discord.
He was wearing a crown on his head. He couldn't be touched. Now that the nigga got stole,
he
got stole a couple times and knocked out on the head. It don't feel the same.
That was just me punching around. I'm still gonna try. I've started writing. I've been going over my round. I'm trying to take out all errors, learning everything I can from the Hollywood battle. Yeah, I must like niggas. Like when I write shit, like I'm really trying to write to break the room with everything I'm trying to say. So I think all I learned from the Hollywood battle was that it's not always going to work in your favor. Sometimes niggas gonna. That's the first time what's it called? That a nigga really had the crowd more than I had. I mean, that's all I got to learn from it.
Now you know how I felt in
as much as you can learn. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it happens.
No, I'm saying like
I never. I know what you mean. Yeah,
like,
for you personally,
like Mark, as I'm saying, like I'll be real with you. Like I'm not from outside looking across you. Like you was held in there, the guy perspective, battle wise. But I'm saying like I'm trying to figure like from your perspective, like do you really feel like nothing changed after being like knocked off that pedestal?
I mean, the only thing that changed to me personally was just whether or not niggas in the Discord, how much truth niggas felt that there was in Hollywood's around. Because from a personal in the Discord perspective, like when Hollywood's out here talking about lunch, like I didn't have that. Like my niggas talking about I had a privileged life. Like my parents didn't, get on a boat and leave a fucking country with a dictator that was murdering his own people in Haiti and shit. So it's like,
nah, get in your bag.
Just because
It's not.
I mean, niggas. I mean, niggas don't know my life. Niggas never been to Mattapan. Like niggas can look up Mattapan, Hyde Park, like Rock. Niggas even look up these places in Boston, and you can find out about them yourself. I just never bring them up. There's no reason to. Niggas don't ask me about that in the general. But like the thing was, with Hollywood's round, he did a good job of because it was like a running joke in the Rome RBL days. I like niggas didn't, based off I guess maybe it's the way that I talk, maybe it's my my diction and the way that I speak. And niggas thought I was white off rip. So it wasn't until a while that when niggas in the general, when niggas really got to know me, that niggas were like, no, like Mark's not white. He's just a funny. He's a funny guy, of course, but he's not white. So I guess when he came through with that, I think what Hollywood did was like he channeled all his, because you can tell the way that Hollywood delivered that round. The Hollywood knows niggas like that, right? Niggas that's like privileged and been through nothing. And he just like channeled, and the way he put it together was powerful. But yeah, that was the only thing that was me in the general. I was like, was whether or not niggas feel that way again. Basically, I was like, if niggas feel that way about me, then we got a problem. That's all it is.
You had to die for every Theo Huspel and Carlton that existed.
Yeah, not this.
So let's step into this DeLorean real quick, Mark. 10 minutes ago, you stated a statement. You was punching against the people that was like, "Hey, man, you lost. You said that you beat Astro and bodied him, and you won 3-0 with the judges." And Hollywood just won 3-0 with the judges. Yeah. I don't know who possibly came up with that angle.
It's I don't know. I can't think of anything that rhymes with Espanol. It's in English.
Shout out to Espanol. I'm wrestling novice here. But to go against that point, okay.
Yeah.
What if somebody does bring up that angle to you? Like, okay. Because at the time when the Astro battle happened, the immediate reaction, and slowly this changed, was that you guys had the battle of the year. that this battle was super debatable, that this battle was super fire. Let me not say super debatable, because I think most people in the building probably had you. Well, actually, no, it was mixed, right? But the judges had you. So either way, that's still clear. That's still a clear win for you. But throughout time, the battle slowly became the narrative of Mark bodied Astro. Do you think that equivalates to the Hollywood battle with you? Or do you think that they're two different situations?
I don't think per se that it was as bad, because I think with I don't think the Astros situation was a body. I mean, I said it in a round, but I mean, clearly the fans have the final say on whether or not they thought that was a body in particular. But
outside the round too, but keep on.
but what's it called? No, I don't think it's the same situation to me personally. Not from what I heard behind the scenes and things along those lines.
That's cool.
And I mean Astro's a little bit of a villain, so when Astro loses, it's like niggas are quick to say you got bodied. I think is what happened with that situation.
Okay, Mark, so where do we go from here, man? Like, you're not a champion no more. You're not a god. You're like Hercules without the powers. That's right fire. Now. So, like,
I mean, all that means that I gotta prove niggas. If that's the way niggas really feel, then all that means is I gotta approve the next one. That's all it is to me.
Do you think you could ever get the top spot back? I mean,
I don't know how long I plan on Discord battle rapping, but so fuck it. So as much as I could in the short time that I have left as a human being that Discord battle raps, yeah.
Funny you should say that.
I'll see if I can in fact bring back the original feel of the aura that used to quote unquote surround the Mark moniker, man.
It's funny you should say that, Spanish, because my
invincibility sliders is down now.
Next point for you, Mark, is who's on your hit list?
On a hit list?
Or at least who would you like to battle in the upcoming future?
I want to battle Riffic. Outside, I mean, Riffic more so just because he wants to battle me. Outside of that, I don't have no one in particular, aside from maybe one of these top kind of ASAP niggas. I feel like they definitely got they talk the most. They kind of have the most under the breath kind of side sneak kind of comment. Like at this point, the team on team, like league versus league. I mean, they had the thing with the ARL and 4-0 them or whatever the hell happened with that situation, battling niggas who impersonating Yu-Gi-Oh characters and shit. So,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
I think our ASAP card is whoever they feel best match up with me as far as the league goes. Would be whoever on my 2 hit list is basically just Riffic and then just the battle with Showtime is a battle that I definitely had like as a possibility. Definitely had that as a possibility.
I'm glad you say that. So now ASAP, even though this league shit on them in a lot, I like a couple ASAP battles.
No,
I
that's a
think
fact.
3 of them are actually really, really good. I think Kodo, Rasan, and my personal favorite one, Kata Menace. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, you can't get Kodo because you just lost the title match to Hollywood. But you and Rasan and you and Kata Menace, especially to me, you and Kata Menace would be fire battles for Mark. So you just told me that you had no problem battling anybody from ASAP. But do you feel like, in some sense, would you be a little bit more motivated? Because in some way, like you and Mark, you and Hollywood were friends.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So with this one, you don't even know these people.
No, that's a
so in the face-offs, you could get as evil Mark as you want to be.
That's a fact. I mean, yeah, definitely. I think definitely like having the team on team, like the camaraderie. Like I come from a always kind of like a team sport kind of camaraderie type of background. So I think like that I like thrive in those situations. So I think that'll definitely make for a powerful card. I think everybody would get a little up for that card in terms of not having to worry about not having people in your corner or anything crazy like that. Like people are obviously just gonna have whole league. It's just gonna be league versus league basically. So I think that'd definitely be a good motivating factor for sure. Kata Menace, I think I heard him first. I heard his battle versus Kodo. He battled Kodo. I heard his battle versus Ozzy, I think, and either Ozzy or Kareem, one of those two. Yeah, Kata Menace. Kata Menace definitely dope. He up there. Kata Menace, Kodo, Vaughn, Kareem, them type. Even though Kareem really a battle rap nomad, but I'll throw him in there with them too, since that's where I've seen him the most.
That's nice, man. That's nice. I like that.
So, before we close out, Mark,
Yes, sir.
I would like to give you the floor to speak how you feel or bring anything to the table that you may have want the public to know, or maybe picking away at you.
I don't got nothing crazy to say aside from if niggas think that just because a nigga lost one battle that he's can't write fire shit no more, they're fucking grossly mistaken. That's for damn sure.
So
That's
then
for damn sure.
So then what do you have to say for your next opponent then?
Oh no, I seen Showtime doing his little press run about all the angles that he made a little note about all the angles that have been represented to him. I mean, it don't really matter too much. I mean, I know he's a fan of the way I rap, so it's just gonna be interesting. That's all I gotta say about that. It's gonna be interesting.
I was told that by Showtime that everybody in Oz is garbage. So.
Oh yeah, that was that niggas in Oz don't like they don't like rap. They don't like real rap or something.
Yeah, that was more what he said. You're right, Mark. I take that back. Before he says I misquote him, it was more like that we don't like real rap. That what we like is garbage.
But I mean, he's gonna get his turn. He's gonna get his chance in the spotlight. We'll see how he fares, man. That's all I gotta say about that.
Okay, folks. Well, you heard it here first. I am one of your hosts, the O is silent. In Spanish.
And I'm the second host, Mr. Wrestling Novice. Here with another the Behind the Discord. Thank you to our guest Mark. Thank you to Boston, and shout out to Chicago, man. Seeing that shit.
It's in the car.
It's in the car.